but he is.
Where's Ramon?
He's not gonna be here till about 6.
Oh, all right.
Vice President Noble.
So we have a
Did you
vice
get the email?
president.
I was worried he didn't reach out to you. The site. He's only.
It is, I did respond like just now, but
So
it's,
you just had like a.
and I should tell them.
Yeah.
You're not
I
gonna
was
be there.
saying, I'm gonna
No.
get the emails when it wasn't, I mean, it's still works. But I was getting other problems.
My phone, I swear I walked in on it, but.
I broke my
Okay. Because that way I'll look at the time. I guess I'll sit over here. Normally if he's gone, I'd sit there, but if he's gonna arrive, I'll just stay in.
That makes sense. Except you'll need his.
No, I don't use that. He does.
Okay.
Do we have to go through all this again?
It's, no, it's not my thing.
Okay.
But,
Because it kind of makes me comfortable every time. I mean, it is
he's
different.
aggressive with it, and
Oh, God. I hope you've memorized all this by now.
Hello, how we doing?
Oh, here we are.
Here we are.
It's a Tuesday. I have 1 minute till this meeting.
Is it?
It's a Tuesday. The board knows it.
Yeah, happy summer, sorta,
Book
almost.
club meeting tonight, and I said, yeah, I'll be there.
Haven't seen you guys forever.
Not realizing that.
Yeah.
I
Right.
can't remember why we changed.
Juneteenth.
Oh, that's Thursday,
It is.
and then we can do it on Juneteenth.
Sarah said no.
It's a federal holiday.
It is a federal, or was. My organization is off, and a lot of organizations are off, Thursday and Friday. We're only on Thursday.
It is something that we said, acknowledged, didn't we?
Yeah. All right, this is our 4:15 meeting that we're doing now. Okay, you ready?
Good afternoon. We're going to go ahead and call this special meeting to order of the Santa Fe Public Schools Board of Education. It's June 17th at 4:15. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance and salute to the New Mexico flag in English and in Spanish, as well as the acknowledgement of tribal land. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Juro fidelidad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among the united cultures. Saludo la bandera del Estado de Nuevo México, símbolo Zia de amistad perfecta entre culturas unidas. And the acknowledgement of tribal land. We acknowledge that our Board of Education meeting is taking place on occupied indigenous land. We acknowledge the Tesuque Pueblo lands and other tribal lands on which we stand. We honor these people, past, present, and future. We acknowledge the history and ongoing colonization of where we are sitting right now in New Mexico and in our country. We acknowledge our own place in the story of colonization. Thank you very much. Next, we have item 1D, which is approval of the agenda. Our agenda has one action item, so if we can have a motion for approval.
Vice President Noble, I move to approve the agenda.
Thank you, Board Member Bozay. Is there a
I'll
second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or otherwise? All right, we have approved the agenda. Moving on to our action item. Action item A, consider approval of the award of the Education Technology Note and Lease to the New Mexico State Treasurer. Superintendent Griffin, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Vice President Noble, board members, Beverly Aguilar, interim CFO, will be presenting. there, sorry. Good afternoon, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Griffin. I would like to introduce Eric Harrigan with RBC Capital Markets and Art Melendres with Madrill Sperling Law Firm.
Welcome, Mr. Harrigan.
Great, thank you very much. Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Griffin, again, Eric Harrigan with RBC Capital Markets. Last month, the board authorized the issuance of voter-authorized general obligation bonds as well as the necessity resolution for education technology notes. I'm going to just keep my comments very brief and certainly happy to answer any questions and then turn it over to Art Melendres. Last week, on Thursday, the district priced its bonds with the state treasurer, $20 million of general obligation bonds. The interest rate was 4.513%. This will be a very short one-day loan through the state treasurer, sold on a taxable basis, and then the $11 million of education technology notes, which has a 2.5-year maturity. The interest rate was 4.76%, and it has a 2.5-year maturity. Both of these bonds are scheduled to close on July 2nd, and that's when funds will be available for the district to expend on the projects. I will note the $22 million of general obligation bonds. That is the last of the authority that voters gave 4 years ago. Last month, the board approved sending a bond question of $160 million to voters this November to continue your GEO bond program. The district still has education technology notes that have been approved by voters. And with that, I'd be happy to stand for any questions and/or turn it over to Art Melendres to go over the education technology note approval resolution.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the board on this initial piece? No questions. Okay. Thank you for that part, and we'll move on to Mr. Melendres. Nice to see you, Art.
Good to see you. Good afternoon, Superintendent, members of the board. Thank you. The short, the tall. I'm here just to present very briefly the award resolution, and you have a copy in your packet. All of you except our new board member have done this before, and so I also will be very brief. Essentially, what is going on here is voters approved issuing about $11 million each year to acquire education technology equipment. This was part of a long-term plan that the school board put in place a number of years ago and has continued to replicate it through the years. The resolution, award resolution, is detail about the information needed for the state treasurer to purchase, we call it the note, the lease. It's an interesting concept, but the lease purchase arrangement, and for us to issue a note for which is the obligation, evidence of obligation to pay back. And as Eric said, this would be over a couple of years. The interest rate is very short, the turnaround is short, and without going through a lot of detail, which is in the resolution, I will stand for questions. All of this is in accordance with New Mexico law.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the board? Yes, Board Member Heffron.
Art, thank you for recognizing I haven't done this before, and thus my question.
Sure.
What does technology include in this package?
Well,
What's covered by this exactly?
yes. Just 1 minute.
And if I may, I'm sure that Mr. Melendres has lots of good answers. Dr. Weaver has done this for a long time as well, so if we need him.
So in the actual lease purchase arrangement, which I believe you also have in your packet, and at page Exhibit A, which is A1 out of this document. If you don't have it, I can bring it. There is a list.
I don't think we do have
We
it.
don't have that. But I read it at home, I know. So, okay,
That will be acquired,
okay,
the $11 million.
okay.
And so the way this works is, once we close, the state treasurer will send $11 million to the district. That amount of money will go into what we call an acquisition fund, and over time that you need quickly, you will purchase that equipment and put it in place.
And the purchases are as needed, right, over time? Not, okay. Thank you very much, Art. Do you want this back, or? It's mine to memorize, thank you.
To sum up for the millions watching at home, Mr. Melendres, who we were off mic for a minute, explained that the money comes into an acquisition fund, and then the purchases of equipment, the list of which is in our packet, is made as needed over time. The board member Heffron. I don't know if you have additional questions, but please go ahead if you do.
I don't at this time, thank you, though.
And over what time period are we making these purchases? This is 2 years?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
and the payback is about 2 years also.
And, excuse me, can you clarify what 2 years we're talking about? Is fiscal year, school year?
It's, from my point of view, it's the fiscal year beginning in July 1
Okay,
of '25
Got
through
it.
July 26,
To seven.
'27.
thank you.
Anything else on this? The ETN. So we
You need a motion to approve the award?
need a motion to approve the award of the Education Technology Note and lease to the New Mexico State Treasurer. Is that correct? To approve the award of the okay, which is this resolution as well.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Board Member Mosé.
I second.
Thank you, Board Member Heffron. We have a motion and a second on approval of the award of the Education Technology Note and lease to the New Mexico State Treasurer, Resolution 2024/2025-16. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or otherwise? Okay, we have approved the award. Thank you very much. Some signature pages. Okay. We will go ahead and adjourn this meeting. We will be back for our Board of Education meeting, executive session and study session in about 3 minutes. But we are currently adjourned for signatures.